what else remains? If every impurity is removed, what else remains? Prema remains, because that is the nature of the soul. Prema means service, selfless service. Today it has a different meaning actually. Prema means the bhakti, the culmination of bhakti parakashta, prema. So bhakti proper translates into devotional service. It is very easy for us to understand Hanuman's commitment to Krishna, Lord Ram, that's bhakti. But that was in Dasyaras. But the same thing is expressed by Yashoda. That is in Vatsalyaras. Same, but on higher levels, higher degrees, it is expressed by Srimati Radharani. It is in Madhuryaras. In the spiritual world, there is no lust. So we have visited so many places. I was thinking, what should I speak today? I thought, I will tell, this is called, actually, this is Radha Kushal Vihari temple. This is Barsana Radha Ladli Lalji temple. And this is Radha Ladli Lalji and Vishaka and Lalita Sakhi and Vishaka Sakhi. And if you walk a little further, this is Radha Kushal Vihari. And if you walk a little further, this is more Kuti. It's also called Radha Mayur Vihari. And there are 4, that's Lord Shiva became a mountain. Nandishwar Mahadev, to get the dust from the feet of Krishna. That is Nandagaon. Nandagaon stays on a hill. That hill is Lord Shiva actually. Why? He had an intense desire, greed to get the dust of the feet of Krishna. That way, Brahma also, his 4 heads became 4 peaks to get the dust of Srimati Radharani. So these are all the different mountains. Even though other places are affected because they're away, they are not that much affected. They're affected, of course. So, of course, we went in Christmas season, holiday season. It was flooded. But as I said, what is very important is the consciousness. Consciousness to serve. Consciousness to get rid of the impurities and awaken that love of God. Awaken that Krishna Prema. So this is called a Mayur Radha Mayur Vihari More Kuti. You see, this is the one actually, but you see that from other one peak is Man Mandir, another peak is one side of the another peak is More Kuti. Another peak is actually Barsana main temple. So today, actually what happens, this is the picture. I want to speak actually. It is called Radha Mayur Vihari. Many times I spoke here, the way Krishna is the origin of Vishnu Tattva. The entire Vishnu Tattva comes out from Krishna. Radharani is also the origin of Lakshmi Tattva, and Tvam Amsa Lakshmi Durgadikacha. Lakshmi ji and Tattva comes from Radharani. Durga also comes from Radharani. All the Vrajgopis are her mirror images, and the queens of Dwaraka are her expansions. So the way Krishna is the fountainhead of all the incarnations, Radharani is the fountainhead of all the energy incarnations. So one day, Radharani becomes upset. She became angry. So in order to pacify Radharani's anger, Krishna tries his best. But he had no choice, and he assumes a form of a peacock. And he starts dancing. So when Krishna started dancing, assuming the form of peacock, Radharani was, this peacock was dancing so diligently, competing with other peacocks. Radharani told, she got rid of her anger, and she said, oh peacock, you're dancing very well. You're dancing like my beloved. And the peacock said, I am your only beloved. And the peacock came forward, and Radharani embraced the peacock. Then Radharani realized, this is none other than Krishna. And Radharani got rid of, that's how Krishna got rid of Radharani's anger. In this, actually, if you come to this temple, there is no deities. There are no deities. Like we have Radha Gopichandra. If you go to this temple, you'll see one picture. Just same. This is the picture that was highlighted actually. But you should know the story. The person, there used to be a Babaji living in this dense forest. It's all mountains. And he wanted to obtain the grace of Radharani, Sriji. And he was a blind man. He performed intense tapasya. Eventually Radharani became very happy with him. And one day, Radharani gave him darshan. She appeared in his dream. And she appeared and said, I'm very happy with you, but I have a service for you. Yesterday you were reading 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. What is his name? When Krishna showed his universal form, Sanjay is telling Dhritarashtra, hundreds and thousands of suns at the same time appear in the sky. How much effulgence will come? How much brilliance will come? Krishna, how much effulgence. So Radharani, being Krishna's energy, she also has the same dazzling effulgence. So we need to have that type of purity to have our darshan actually. When the soul becomes completely purified, free from all the impurities, and perform sadhana and receive the grace of Guru, devotees, then there is a possibility. She said, I have a service for you. And what happened? When he performed his sadhana, initially he got darshan, then later he started seeing the pastimes in his heart. Because he was living in Morkuti, he happened to see that. So when Radharani got rid of her anger, she became a peahen. She started dancing with Krishna. Krishna became peacock and started dancing. Mayur, Radharani became peahen and started dancing. So this Leela, started to manifest in his heart. That became his meditation as he chanted, as the holy name. What is our mantra? What is our bhajana for our sadhana? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. So likewise, so when we do that sadhana, when we are purified, when we get their grace, the leelas would manifest in our heart too. So she said, one day I have a service for you. Whatever you are witnessing, whatever you're seeing in your heart, I want you to paint. I want you to paint. He said, Mother, oh Mother of the universe and Goddess of devotion, I'm blind by birth. I know only two things, black and black, nothing else. I've not seen light, but by your grace, I'm seeing here. So I never painted anything in my life. Radharani said, don't worry. I will help you. So this blind man, by the grace of Radharani, by her teaching, she taught him how to mix the colors. By her direction, he would go to forest. Blind man, still. He would mix the different, powders and colors. And Radharani made him paint this only one picture, Hare Krishna. That was the deity in this temple, Morkuti. So, Krishna wants to reveal the world, His grace. He would do it in very, very unique way. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami wrote, we visited his Samadhi also. He wrote Chaitanya Charitamrita in a very advanced age. When I moved to Vrindavan, he was already 95 plus. How many years? And when devotees chose him, he wrote this book, Govinda Lilamrita, explained all the different pastimes of different times of the day. Devotees were so impressed with Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami's erudition and scholarship. They told him, you are the chosen one to write Chaitanya Charitamrita. He said, old man, I can't see, I have arthritis. And because of the old age, even if you're a cinema star today, when you become 90, you become so old. You cannot see and you cannot walk properly. Your body means sarira yati iti sariram. That which is going to be destroyed is a body. What is sariram? That which is going to be slowly destroyed. Who or you may be today. You may be a superstar, you may be an actor or a doctor or an engineer or a professor. You ever think all the faculties are great? It's only momentary. If you understand the temporary nature of the body and the eternal nature of the soul, it will make you, it will bring you to, if you're, some sanity is there, some sincerity is there, it will bring us to the lotus feet of Krishna, because that is the goal of a human life. If we do not know this, people after retirement don't know what to do. Because life is not about Excel sheets and numbers, something else. So, goal of human life is to cleanse the heart and awaken that love of God. Krishna Prema is there, dormant in all of our hearts. So, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, my hands are shaking, I cannot see, but interesting, my pen is moving. By the grace of Lord Chaitanya. Srila Prabhupada, he came to America when he was 70. And Prabhupada English was, heavy Indian accented, Bengali accented English. And those days hippies were rejecting anybody over 30. Don't follow, they have a mantra, don't follow anybody who is over 30 years. But Prabhupada is 70. He was 70, but they were attracted to him. Elite Americans were not attracted to Prabhupada. Youth in college doing masters and PhD were not attracted to Prabhupada. Youth who are drug addicts, they were attracted. And Prabhupada gave the same mantra that we are all trying to chant every day. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. His faith, his conviction, and the mercy of his spiritual master on him made him achieve a miracle. This old man, he painted this picture. That is the only deity in the temple. And there used to be one Babaji. This place is actually Varsana and Vrindavan. For Bhakti Yogis, this is the place of sadhana, bhajana and sadhana. They would go and do morning to night. It's continuous sadhana. To attain, to awaken the love of God. Another Babaji also moved here, and this is Man Mandir. He started staying here. Probably 100 years ago, because of Prabhupada, Vrindavan came to, whole world came to know Vrindavan. Otherwise, these are all dense forests. One day he was doing intense sadhana, suddenly a lion jumped on him to eat him. But he was blessed with so much power by the grace of Radharani. He said, hey, what type of person are you? Life is meant for self-realization. You want to eat me up? And by his power, he tamed that lion. By his preaching, lion became brahmachari. And he so he became his disciple. Disciple cannot eat, before, cannot eat before Guru. Guru has to eat first. So what he did, he put a bowl around his neck. So Guru disciple means you have to go and beg and bring food to Guru. So down the hill, this temple, it is a barsana. So this brahmachari Prabhu line would go door to door and knock. And when they would open the door, it was a culture shock. A lion standing before them, but with a bowl around his neck. I'm sure they must be used to it after some time. But when they realized he became a vegetarian, so they were happy. And they would put some rotis in that bowl. This lion would go door to door, collect all the rotis, and with great sincerity and honesty, bring it back to Guru. Guru would eat some rotis and give some rotis to lion. That is how he attained perfection. And needless to say, lion also attained perfection. Not that bhakti is meant for only some people. If we can get rid of our laziness and our lethargy and intense desire to come out of intense desire to serve, and Krishna will bring us out of cycle of birth. In this temple, actually this is called Man Mandir. Another time Radharani becomes angry. What is that? Kokila Vani Sri Radhe. So Radharani sings like, actually that who got the grace by Radharani, of course. So what is that? Can you hear? Anyone cannot hear? Everyone can hear, right? So one day, do you know, Krishna is famously known as a flute player, right? Who taught Krishna how to play flute? Who is the teacher of Krishna? Radharani. Who trained Krishna in playing the flute? Radharani, actually. So similarly, Krishna also sings very well. So, but Radharani sings better than Krishna. So Krishna said, I want, please teach me all these ragas. Fine. So she would tell one raga, and in order to spend more time, what Krishna would do, purposely would sing wrong. And he would sing it wrongly. Radharani said, not like that, do it like this. And I said in the beginning, this is a place where the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he performs his unlimited leelas with his antaranga shakti, internal energy. They are not different. They are not different. So Krishna would try. Radharani said, not like that. Again, she would tell, do like that. So Krishna would try. After some time, Radharani realized, you are purposefully singing wrongly. When she sensed it, she became angry. And she got up and she left. She left. And this is Man Mandir. Very quiet place. Very good for sadhana. There used to be one devotee here. He used to come to America, actually. He was born in Varsana and raised in Varsana Dham. And he became a monk. And if you see, there are so many trees. Every tree here is a kalpavruksha, wish-fulfilling tree. In Vrindavan, you don't see government cutting the trees because the trees are special. They're liberated souls. So one time, mafia came to know there was so much of wood. India, you can sell them and make a lot of money. All the devotees would go and embrace the trees. You want to cut the tree, kill me first, then you take the tree. They had that much love. But anyway, so in order to fight this, they need a lot of money actually to bring it to the notice of government, to protect these trees, and to stop people from occupying these lands, holy lands. So he would come to America. All he needed was only two things: 2 rotis in a day. He didn't, maximum 3, but only one time, that's it. Couple of times he came to West Virginia, Vrindavan, where he used to stay. But when he would sing, simple person, he would sing with so much of love for Radharani and of course Krishna. And by the time I saw him, I was already 75. But he had only one desire. He wanted to serve Radharani till the last minute. But he did not want to depend on anybody. Again, whether you're a monk or you're a rich man or old man, whether you're a superstar or a cinema star, God will give you trouble. If you have not understood, please understand. Even if you have so much money in the bank, this mission has to fail. That's the same problem for everyone. He had this intense desire. I just want to serve devotees and Radharani Krishna till the last minute. He was aging out, but vigorously serving. One day, I don't know if I can show that or not. This temple has steps. And he was sweeping, but constantly he has Krishna, Radharani's name on his tongue. Krishna's name. He was sweeping. Finally, he put the broom he reached the top step and he swept. He put the broom, he lay down, and he left the world. With the full consciousness of Radha Krishna. So, if we can, many times people, they try to correlate time with money. That's fine, especially grostas, to security, safety, and insurance. But if we can repose the same with Krishna, because anytime anything can be taken away. If you start that investment today, sincerely and seriously, a couple of years later, you will have this many years of bank account. Couple of years later, you will have this many years of a bank account. And if you want to do many times, I mentioned sitting here, you want to do PhD in Bhakti, this is the place. If you want something else, that's different. It's not offered here. But you want to go deep into the realms of Bhakti. Bhagavad Gita ends, Bhagavatam starts. Bhagavatam ends, Chaitanya Charitamrita starts. And then nectar of devotion, nectar of instruction. So many books. Lifetime is not enough. To what extent you want to go? Shraddha to Prema? Even further. Pranaya, Raga, Man. So there are 16 levels even after Prema. Many people don't even, consider these things. Anyway, but the point is, um, when somebody's heart is infested with joy of love, that service, there's an unending happiness. It is only beginning, no end. So you want to tell the story or you want to go forward? Okay. This is called, actually, from Morkuti, nowadays they changed the way. You can directly come down and it's called Sankarikor. And again you take the steps and go up to this temple, Man Mandir. But nowadays they made another way. So you don't need to come to Sankarikor. So when you come down this Radha Sarovar, this way Radharani would take bath every day. And the Sankarikor is such a narrow gap. Only one person can go. So gopis, they would go to, Raghunath Das Goswami mentions in the last verse of Manas section. Indra's wife Sachi Devi, wow, Radharani. Lakshmi Devi, wow, amazing. They're all the fans of Radharani. Darsanepi Sailaja Deyo Shitali Turlabam. Even Sailaja means, the daughter of Yamavan, Parvati Devi, also cannot get darshan of Radharani. If she wanted to give darshan, she will give. So Parvati Devi adores Radharani, Lakshmi Ji adores Radharani, Sachi Devi adores Radharani. So, but in their Leela, they would go every day. They would cross this place, and they would take their yogurt and milk in the pots, and they would carry these pots, because gopis means you have to make cow dung patties. You take care of cows. Then, you should know how to milk the cows, how to make butter. So every day they would go through this narrow way to the to nearby villages. So anyway, one day Krishna comes to know these gopis are going through this way. Suddenly stops. So Krishna comes with his friends. Stop. What is there in that? There's a yogurt, butter, and milk. When Madhumangal, Krishna's friend, was standing next to him, immediately mouth started watering. Butter. Krishna said, pay the tax. Lalita Sakhi said, for what? Krishna said, I am in charge of this area. Anyone has to cross this area, they have to pay tax and then go. Lalita Sakhi said, since when you became, the head of this area, Vrindadevi said, Lalita Sakhi asked, is he the head of the area? Vrindadevi, Vrindavan means is the owner. Who is the owner of Vrindavan? Vrindadevi. So Vrindadevi said, I have never given him any power. This is my area, but I have given it to Radharani. Radhe Vrindavaneshwari. She is the queen of Vrindavan. So he has nothing to do. Krishna became embarrassed. But Krishna said, you have to pay tax. They said, hey, look, she is the queen of Vrindavan. Who are you? No, I'm deputed, I'm supposed to, they asked me to collect it. Who asked you? She's the queen. Krishna has a stick. If you don't pay, I'll break it. Okay, all right. They became scared. So so what they did, from their, from their pots, they gave some butter and yogurt. So Krishna with his friend Madhumangal, they took him to the village, to the nearby fields, and they ate. The gopis were very upset. This is bad. We have to teach them a lesson. So Raghunath Das Goswami mentions in Dan Nivartan Kund, actually near Govardhan there is one more place, but the same pastime happens here also, Sankarikur. So one day they made a plan which Krishna and party did not know. And they came to a few gopis came, Krishna said, tax. So all right. So they brought it down. Krishna was shocked. Why these people are so surrendered? Just like that they are giving. Yeah, give it, give it, give it. So they start giving the pots. Krishna's friends were receiving pots. That is when they clapped, thousands and thousands of gopis came. Then, Krishna's group number became small, their number became huge, thousands. They became so upset. They took all the gopas, and then everyone has a big shikha. They tied the shikha to the branches of the tree, and they put all these pots on the head of Krishna and said, "You carry, now you pay tax." And Krishna said, Krishna was shocked, he couldn't believe it. So you're asking tax every day? She's the queen of Vrindavan, not you. And but Krishna, they outnumbered him. There were so many. So from distance, Lalita Sakhi took a cattle bar and she shot a stone, and stone came and broke Krishna's, the pot Krishna was holding. It was filled with milk. Krishna was filled with that milk. Everyone started laughing. If you again ask tax, this is what's going to happen. Krishna asked for forgiveness. So that is a Sankari code. But ladies and gentlemen, purposefully I have added this here. This is called, from Varsana we are coming back to Kaliya Ghat. So these are very sweet pastimes, leelas. We need to approach them with dignity. Means we need to cleanse our heart. On your way to Madan Mohan Temple comes Kaliya Ghat. Kaliya was a snake. Adjoining Yamuna, there was a lake. The Saubhari Muni was meditating in this lake. He wanted to avoid, public. But every day, Garuda would come. Garuda is a carrier. And he's in a bird body. So he wants to honor his body structure. And he wanted to be one amongst other birds. So in order to preach to them, so to behave, he has to behave as a bird like them. So he would come and eat this fish. And the fish became upset and they complained to Saubhari. Saubhari unnecessarily assumed the responsibility. And assumed the responsibility, became the head of the fish community. He cursed the Garuda. Cursed Garuda, if you come here, you'll die. There is no death for Garuda. Garuda is liberated. But in order to honor the curse, Garuda stopped coming. Because of this offense, when we offend devotees, you have to pay heavy price. Saubhari Muni fell down. He gave up his sadhana, he gave up his brahmacharya, and he went and got married. So we should not offend anybody. If we offend devotees, we get reaction. If we offend non-devotees also, we get reaction. That's why you want to make progress in bhakti, you should not criticize anybody. We should not criticize anybody. We should not, as much as possible, should not poke into our, poke our nose into others' matters. No need. Because of this offense, he fell down. And what happened? This is Vrindavan. But eventually, Kaliya came and occupied this lake. A vicious serpent. Kaliya came and occupied this lake. And what is the power of Kaliya? He had that type of venom, poison in his words. Any bird would fly over this lake. The vapors were so poisonous that birds would fall down dead. Kaliya said, yes, that's my power. Because of his venom, all the vegetation around the lake was burnt off. Practically there was no greenery at all. One day, Krishna's friends went to drink water. Krishna and his friends and the cows. They went, the cows drank water and died. Krishna's friends also died drinking this poison, and poisonous water. Krishna was upset. No? So Krishna realized, no, they're not good. And there is a tree, the tree is there actually. Now it's in the picture, it's not visible. The tree is still there actually. So Krishna climbed the tree. Some people say Garuda kept a nectar on the tree. That's why the tree preserved the greenery. Some people, another version says the tree also became a stump. But when Krishna climbed, by Krishna's divine touch, the tree got life. So what Krishna did, he took his hair, he tied it, and what he did like this. He jumped into the waters. When he jumped into the waters, Krishna was only actually a small boy. When he jumped into the waters, he created that type of tumult. The water, crossed the banks. That splash caused, a huge noise, and the waters flooded. Kaliya saw that. Who is that? And somebody says, "You are so sweet." How will you respond? Smile comes. Yes, sir. Oh, you're amazing, huh? You're A-class. Oh, amazing. All glorist. Yesterday you sang very well. Yesterday you spoke very well. Immediately you start smiling, right? But somebody says, "Why did you do this?" Can you see the difference between these two tones? Why did you do this? There is a sharpness. If you are not very advanced spiritually, what happens? Psst. How can you say this? Does it happen at homes sometimes? What's that? All the time. So then the temple, all Gita classes, kirtans, everything is now. How can you say this? So Kaliya, he was so happy that somebody was falling down dead just by his winning. Oh, this is my power. He couldn't believe somebody can jump into his waters and swim fearlessly. Bhagavatam explains tam prekshaniya sukumara ghanavadatum srivatsakamastavadaram smitasundarasya. He was so beautiful, anybody would melt of saying beauty. Because Kaliya's heart was filled with envy, that beauty did not pacify Kaliya. How can you come into my area? I'm sure you must have seen this in India. Suddenly one dog goes into the vicinity of other dogs. And how can you come into our area? You cannot do this. They become very upset. He says, "Hamara adda hai to, this is our place." You have seen that? All the dogs will go, why did you come here? And this dog will go, and they will chase. A dog will enter that dog's territory. And other dogs will join. Immediately the dog will get the power. Prabhu said, these immigrations are like that. Why are you entering the country? Prabhu mentioned it, not me. How can you enter my country? Why are you coming? How much money you have? Prabhu said, this is Vasudeva Kutumbam, this everything is owned by Krishna, no? So anyway, Sandasya Marma Srusha Bhujiya Chachana. What he did, immediately caught Krishna. You couldn't believe this water is not killing Krishna at all. And he had 100 hoods. If actually everyone is sitting, waiting for when the lecture would be over and I'll go for prasad. Suddenly a tiny, this much, 1.5 inch Usually, luckily Michigan doesn't have snakes. When a small thing comes here, woo! But imagine 100 hoods. Even somebody brings actually a rubber snake, people become scared. There is called 100 hoods. And he coiled Krishna. And he bit him. He bit him. This Krishna. He has a death to death. But Krishna, in order for the Leela to happen, Krishna is. When all the Vrajavasis saw ill omens, and Nanda got information. Today, our children went to this lake. So really, they all rushed. We sing in the Maharashtakam, Mohashchumbitam Bimba Rakta Dharame. When Yashoda would kiss Krishna, Krishna's cheeks would become red. But that Krishna, right now, where is he? Helplessly present in the coils of Kaliya. And Kaliya was holding him for display. When Yashoda saw that, immediately she fainted. She couldn't take it. There is Yashoda in the hand actually. She couldn't take it. Such a tender child, sweetest child, helplessly in the coils of Kaliya. And all the and the ladies, Vrajavasis started singing the glories of Krishna. Okay, Yashoda couldn't get up. Nanda Maharaj wanted to get into the waters to rescue Krishna. But Balramji was one person standing smiling. As Ananta says, my brother never performed this type of part. And is a tiny water snake. These people are so scared. Balram said, no, don't go. But everyone was going. He was also performing the Leela so as a small boy. What he did, he knew if anybody would get into the waters, they'll die. Because the waters are snake, are poisonous. So with his glance, he stopped them. They couldn't move. With his hands, he stopped his father. No, father, don't go. So Krishna was there in the coils of Kaliya for 2 hours. How many hours? Can you imagine? Your sweetest object of your love is helplessly coiled, in the coils of Kaliya. And the Vrajavasis reached only inch close to death. Means they will die. They cannot live. Sometimes Krishna tests like that. That's why faith is very important actually. Anything Krishna does is for our sake. Krishna wants to bring the best out of us. If you have that faith, you can handle any situation. Go to my son. So then what happened? When they were about to die, they couldn't take it. Immediately Krishna started expanding. Kali was shocked. He thought he died. And Krishna expanded. Kali had no choice but to let go Krishna. So Krishna jumped in the waters. And he started swimming, going around Kaliya. Such a vigor. Kali wanted to catch him, but Krishna was going. And at one opportune moment, Krishna jumped on the hoods of Kaliya. Jumped on the hoods of Kaliya. Krishna's feet was so soft. But Krishna with that, but same soft feet, Krishna, when he started dancing, it became too heavy, too much for Kaliya. But Krishna was dancing only in one hood. There were 99 hoods. They would try to bite Krishna. But whichever hood with which Kaliya tried to bite, Krishna would jump and hit hard. Because of the Krishna's heavy dancing, he started vomiting poison. And Krishna had full control of the situation. He made that as a dayas, a stage. That is Krishna. Usually it's slippery, but for Krishna, nothing is impossible. Actually, Sanatana Goswami says in the extension, after some time he brought gopis and started dancing on the hoods with gopis also. That much subdued, he subdued Kaliya. So initially Kaliya started vomiting the poison from all the hoods. And later he started vomiting blood. He became so weak. He became the verge of death. So why Krishna did not kill Kaliya? Only one reason. Kaliya's wives were devotees. And Nagapatnis, they were very chaste ladies. And in fact, because husband was not a devotee, giving trouble to devotees, they wanted him to actually die. But when they saw Kaliya was being subdued by Krishna, they were very happy. But at least in their wives, they don't want him to die. Immediately they all came with their children, started praying. My Lord, he is in this body of a snake. A snake represents envy. And people, first of all, how fortunate he is. He could see you. And the Brahma, Shiva, all the Devatas, Mother Lakshmi, they look for the dust from your feet. What fortunate activities he has performed so that he got the dust from your feet just like that. Why you have given your dust? You don't give it to anybody. But you have given your dust to him. Now his heads are decorated with the feet from your dust. My Lord, your time personified. You are the cause of the cosmic manifestation. You create this, you maintain this, and when the time is up, you destroy this. This whole world runs under your direction. Material energy is controlled by you. Works under your direction. Maya Dekshina Prakriti Suiti Sachirachara. So, so what is that he has done? That he became the object of your mercy. Please. Krishna, what is it? What is his name? Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains. Kaliya represents cruelty due to envy. If we want to be fully Krishna conscious, if we want to awaken that love of Krishna, that Vraja Bhakti in our heart, we need to get rid of impurities. One impurity is envy. Cruelty due to envy. We all have this demon in our heart. How many of you agree? This is an impurity. There's a demon in our heart. This is the ones that is separating us from Krishna. Whatever the pastimes I told, they were not envious. They were very happy. In Chaitanya Lila, during Mahaprakash Lila, everyone was getting mercy. Devotees were not happy because Mukunda was not getting mercy. Lord Chaitanya avoided him. So they were happy that on one hand, everyone was getting mercy, but they were miserable. Mukunda was not getting it. So everyone should get, if everyone is getting, why is Mukunda spared? When Lord Chaitanya was giving mercy to Prataprutra Maharaj, everyone was very happy. Nobody is envious. Why is he getting mercy? Why not me? And so somebody really wants to go forward in spirituality, one has to declare war on envy. Declare war on greed. War on pride and arrogance. Bhakti is simple, not easy. Time is running out. We all have Kaliya in our hearts. We are trained to speak so well, whether in the office or at home, even with devotees. Am I telling something real? How many of you agree? Then how do we get rid of this? this demon that is separating us from Krishna birth after birth after birth. Intense prayer. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. First thing we should pray, even if it is there, my Lord, give me strength not to act on it. Real bhakti, real grace is not just getting material possessions, that's fine. Real grace is when Krishna's grace comes, we develop inner strength to say no to our weaknesses, to say yes to qualities like service, gratitude, humility. When Krishna shows, hey, you have it in your heart, trust me, that is real mercy. Because today, universities are telling you, if you have that, that's dynamism. You're very dynamic. It's not. So, I can with the confidence say, Bhakti Yogi can address these impurities. I'm not a karmi or a jnani or just pious, dharmic person cannot address this. Then they will hold a mask of duplicity, nicely smiling, but inside difficulty. But it's not easy. That's why, actually, what is that? Yesterday I was quoting Radhesham. Monday to Friday, you make your home a temple. Friday, you make Saturday, Sunday, weekends, you make temple your home. And spend your time here, learn here, find the weaknesses, find the impurities, get rid of them, and try to get rid of them, chant, associate with devotees, learn from them, purge their impurities. This is what human life is meant for. I'm sure most of the people in America don't work in the weekends. But the material life is designed in such a way, we try, whatever is not so important, we think that as important. Whatever is the most important, we think that not so important. Yesterday was a memorial day for Mother Anuradha Priya, 39. This many people were there yesterday afternoon also. She was actually here, sitting here, dancing. Her daughter is here today, I saw her dance. Today she's not there. It became history. January 1st is the beginning of the year. January 1st is the beginning of her new life. That's when she left early morning. Very young lady. But good thing she did. She and her husband are part of the Bhakti community, our community. She led a life of gratitude. She brought her children up in Krishna consciousness. But of course, we don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. It is mystery. She got cancer. She never complained. She went through that problem. Yesterday they were telling so many things, how she was trying to help others in such a dire situation. We do not know where she is, because she was initiated, devotees were chanting around her bed in the last minutes. We have hope and faith, full faith. She has gone into the loving embrace of Radha Gopichanu. So, otherwise what? You have a bank account, that will be there, but you won't be there. Family, that will be there, you won't be there. So, how much you have chanted, how much service you have rendered, that's the only thing that's going to come with us. This is Kalyagat. Last one line of Uddhav Kund. Why I want to show this? On the Parikrama Marg of Govardhan, you will see Uddhav Kund. When Uddhava saw Uddhava eats with Krishna, jokes with Krishna. Krishna jokes with Uddhava, eats with Uddhava. Krishna sometimes, everything about Krishna, one person in Dwaraka knows. Uddhava. But Uddhava was a jnani, a devotee, man, actually a disciple of Brihaspati, in Sakhyaras with Krishna, same age as Krishna. He's a devotee too, not just jnani, but he got knowledge from Brihaspati. But Krishna sent Uddhava to Vrindavan, one to convey message to gopis, two, Krishna wanted Uddhava to learn what bhakti is about. The one line I want to tell you, when Uddhava saw, I'm finishing it, gopis at the end, they saw their bhakti. Oh, this much bhakti. Uddhava was not envious of gopis. Krishna is not living with gopis. At the age of 10 years, 7 months, Krishna left Vrindavan. And look, Krishna is with me till yesterday until I came here. But Uddhava saw gopis, oh, Asham, oh, what is this? How much bhakti they have? Gulmalataushadinam. So Uddhava did not become envious of gopis. That's the greatness of Uddhava. That's the greatness of Vrindavan. What he did, he came to Uddhav Kund and he prayed, my Lord, I thought you sent me to convey message, but now I understood you want me to learn from them what bhakti is all about. So he did tapasya in Uddhav Kund. Krishna appeared. What do you want, Uddhava? If somebody is better than us, you make me 2 inches better than them. Uddhava didn't say that. Uddhava said, make me a blade of grass. And if they step on my head every day, I consider that the success because they are so advanced. I could have asked the same thing from them, gopis. But gopis are simple, village girls. They may not understand. So what he is telling? Gulmalataushadina, my Lord, make me a creeper of Vrindavan. Oh, this whole place is filled with unlimited love for you, selfless love. I don't want to become anything bigger or any bigger than anybody, but I want to become just a creeper. So for that reason, Uddhava became a creeper of Vrindavan. Behind Uddhav Kund is actually Kusum Sarovar. In Kusum Sarovar area, every day gopis come to pluck flowers. They don't know on their path that there is a creeper. That is Uddhav. They will step on Uddhav. Uddhav thinks his life is successful, receiving the dust from the feet of devotees, gopis. Dust from the feet means what? I am your servant. I am your servant, servant, servant. That position is great. So that's what I want to say. But actually we visited so many places actually. Amazing, amazing, amazing. And I began today saying, what is Vrindavan consciousness? Vishya Chadiya Kapi Sutta Habemana. Get rid of everything nonsense other than Krishna and his devotees. And Krishna and Radharani. That heart is Vrindavan. When Advaitacharya saw Lord Chaitanya said, Lord Chaitanya, you are here. Lord Chaitanya said to Advaitacharya, after he took sannyas, Nityananda Prabhu misled him. So Lord Chaitanya is thinking he is going to Vrindavan, but he brought him to Santipa. So Lord Chaitanya is seeing Ganga, but he is thinking he is Yamuna. But Advaitacharya came. Advaitacharya, you came to Vrindavan? Advaitacharya said, my Lord, wherever you are, that is Vrindavan. Vrindavan is heart. Srila Prabhupada heart is Vrindavan, that's why he could create Vrindavan. He could create 108 Vrindavans in his life. Why? Prabhupada wanted nothing from this world, but he wanted to give. When Srila Prabhupada was in New York, everyone was Krishna conscious. Why? One person is endowed with the pure love of God. He wanted nothing but just give. We visited this temple on the bank of Radhakonda. Bhakti Surdhava Maharaj Samadhi. Prabhupada told him, I have come to America not to take. I have come to give. I have come to give. I have not come to America to take. You all know we all came. Usually we come to take action. So I came to give. There is so much happiness in giving, actually. You know, what to speak when you want to give pure love. That's Nityananda Prabhu's grace. Take. And if you practice this, you'll come out of cycle of birth and death. Hare Krishna. So please forgive me if I've spoken anything wrong. But that we should make that. Okay, to New Year, beginning of the year. What should be our goal? I should get rid of envy. I should pray at least. Or give me strength, Krishna. Even if it takes some probably 3-4 decades, give me strength not to act on it. I should get rid of greed. These are all, what do you call them? Not tangible vows. But if you say, let me chant this many rounds. Let me come and do this service. I will attend Bhagavatam class in the weekends. I'll attend Mangalarti in the weekend, probably in the weekends to begin with. I'll come and do this tiny service. You know, in Delhi, there are so many Gurudwaras. Anybody from Delhi here? One thing great I saw 25 years ago. There's big people, they would come and take your shoes. And they take their shoes and put it there. They consider that great. So what they're telling, I am very fallen. You're so wonderful. So they're telling, if you come here, you will have the joy of a rendering service, menial service. They do this in every Gurudwara actually. They're very gracious. They may be very big CEOs outside, big managers, or businesses, usually businesses. But they will take your shoes. We just, you can deposit, they will take it from you. And when you come back, they will give it to you with grace. Humility. If we cultivate these qualities, positive qualities, the negative qualities will disappear. I'll chant 16 rounds. I should get initiated. I should get rid of, what is that? I'll do this service. If this is the thing, tomorrow you cannot do it. Today. Tomorrow will never come. Today. If you want to dedicate your life to Krishna, today. I cannot do that. Ardha, give your resources. I cannot do that. Diya, use your intelligence to spread Krishna consciousness. Vacha. You can do all the 4 or any one of the 4. In 2 months, 2 great devotees left from the community. So we are seeing that. But that is illusion. No, nothing will happen to me. That is illusion. That's not a good thought. So my request to you, be Krishna conscious. Become a Bhakti Yogi. Krishna conscious Bhakti Yogi today. In a very firm way. You will become that only if you resolve yourself to declare war on your impurities. And consciously awaken the good qualities. For that, in this serve with humility. Then we'll receive the grace of Guru, Srila Prabhupada, and all the devotees. Thank you very much. If I have spoken anything wrong, do excuse me as a humble servant. But Lord Chaitanya's grace, Nityananda Prabhu's grace, is unlimited. Anybody who would approach them, they would give that. That's what they came for. Please don't miss the opportunity. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hey. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Sundar Prabhu, Sundar Prabhu was a request. If you are hungry, those of you hungry can go. But you want to chant 1 round because beginning of the year. So those of you who want to chant 1 round can stay. So we'll chant 1 round. Those of you hungry can go. Those of you who want to chant 1 round can stay here. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishna Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamitra Namaste Saraswati Gauravan Char Nirvisesha Mali Paschimista Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Song you sang today, it was a song of Anantanatai. Today you sang, who sang today?